issue. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that Austin, Texas will be our next big victory. A few days ago, it was finalized that Calgary in Alberta, that's 1.1 million people, are now going to be fluoride free, and after 20 years. And people in Waterloo, Ontario voted it out. So the squeeze is on Ontario. And don't forget that most of British Columbia and most of Quebec, the wings of Canada, are already fluoridation free. And we're squeezing on Alberta with Calgary out, Edmonton maybe next, and then we're squeezing on Ontario. If Ontario was to go, if Toronto was to go, or even Ottawa was to go, I think it would be the end of fluoridation in Canada. Meanwhile, we've got a very good organizing group in New Zealand. FAN New Zealand is excellent, and FAN Australia has just been formed. So there's a fight back everywhere. And then a few days ago, I was in Dublin, which is mandatory fluoridation. Because of American pressure back in the 1960s, Ireland has mandatory fluoridation. It's the odd man out in Europe. Only 3 countries in Europe have any fluoridation at all. England at 10%, Spain at 3%, and Ireland at 73%. But lots of people in Ireland don't want this fluoride in their water. But many other people don't know it's there.
Now, you've been talking about some of the big cities that are going fluoride free. I've seen reports like towns outside Austin, like Lago Vista,
right,
having it removed. Other cities not putting it in. Big fights in places like San Diego, where they've had to bring in supposed private money to do it.
Probably the single most basic fact that anybody needs to know is the level of fluoride in mother's milk. You know, what was developed over millions of years by evolution, Mother Nature, however you saw the development of humankind, this is baby's first meal, which is designed to be the best delivery of all the things that the body needs, right? And it's practically none. The level of fluoride in mother's milk is 0.004 parts per million, which means a bottle-fed baby is getting, in a fluoridated town like Austin, is getting 250 times more fluoride than nature intended. And then you have these lunatics, these people that are more interested in money than protecting our babies or our health, selling for baby water, so-called purified water, which has fluoride added to it. So they're deliberately giving babies 250 times more fluoride than nature intended.
And they push it in the public schools. They've got dozens of brands. They've got it in packages, little school buses on the side. You go to grocery stores or baby stores, there's giant end caps. They've got recordings playing. Your baby needs it. They've got to have it. But you just broke down the facts, and I've read the statistics. Go over some of them. Am I correct, doctor, that the studies show these different fluoride types have a much more adverse effect on babies and the developing?
Yes, it's the first year which is the most sensitive year. According to government-funded researchers from Iowa, it's the first year in which the baby's at greatest risk at developing dental fluorosis. And we've got a huge problem now in the United States. 41% of children between the age of 12 and 15 now have dental fluorosis. Now, that's all American kids. That's an average of kids living in fluoridated communities and non-fluoridated.
Now, do you think a lot of British people have prejudices about the Americans?
Yes, I think there are prejudices because of some American foreign policy type things, but when I came here to America, I was really surprised. Everyone seems really, really cool and lovely and warm.
We invented Coca Cola's from here, you know.
What?
Yes!
That's delicious, that
I know, it's the tastiest beverage available.
It's a brown fizzy drink.
Exactly.
It's all brown, but there's fizz in it.
It's brown, but don't let the brown kid you. It's not dull.
Not
No.
It couldn't be less dull. It's effervescent.
It should be rainbow-coloured.
If only. I think we need a new colour to make it exciting enough.
Hey, steady there, son.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
No, it'd be nice if it was ultraviolet. If it was...
I like your style. I'll do it.
Okay, why not try new ultraviolet fizzy drinks? They're delicious. Ow, my teeth hurt.
Shh, no. No. We don't advertise on CBS.
But it was only fictional.
Everything was going great until 1985 when artificial fluoridation started. We had no idea that was what was making our horses sick. So we changed feeds, we did everything, had vets come out, we went to the ends of the earth trying to figure out what was wrong with our horses, and it wasn't until 2002 that my most precious baby doe died.
Winter of 2003-2004,
we had snow on the ground all winter long. That's the first winter in many winters, because Colorado's been having a drought, that we had snow on the ground all winter long. We have a 100-gallon tank outside, and we do allow our horses to be horses, so we keep them in the barn at night, but during the day, which is the biggest part of their day, they are out and they're able to play and do what they like to do. Well, we noticed that that tank that we normally filled every day to day and a half was only needing filled every 18 to 19 days. So we started watching the horses, and they would even stand right there by the tank with the heated city fluoridated water, looked clean, and eat snow. And they were eating snow a big part of the day.
Fluorides are used on the farm. 2, dental fluorosis. 3, we have the clinical manifestations as documented by Kathy Justice there in numerous pictures. Hoof deformities, thickened bones. Then we have chemical analysis of the bone ash from a number of horses. We have radiographic evidences. Now we are up to 3, 4, 5. We have also microscopic evidences of fluoride damage to the bone tissue, also reported allergy reaction to the artificial fluoridation of the community water. So all with the evidences we have accumulated, there can be no doubt at all, and stated with reasonable scientific certainty, that the justice horses were and are suffering from chronic fluoride poisoning.
First tonight, hazmat crews from all across our area responded to a chemical leak this afternoon in Rock Island. The chemical was so strong that it was burning through the concrete there. News 8's Christy Mergenthal has the latest.
It was just before 1 o'clock Thursday afternoon when hazmat crews were called to the Rock Island water treatment plant for a chemical spill coming from this tanker truck.
It's a corrosive agent that the water treatment plant uses, and there was an overflow that caused spillage out from the building onto this driveway behind me.
As plant employees evacuated, crews began suiting up, working quickly to stop the leak that had begun eating through concrete.
And they stopped the leak using some earthen berms with dirt, sand, and some commercial boom equipment, and had it contained pretty much to this facility within a short amount of time.
The chemical hydrofluorosilicic acid is used to add fluoride to the plant's water. Although it poses a burn risk to skin, those living nearby were in no immediate danger.
There's no inhalation hazard at all, so there was no need for us to evacuate any residents around the area.
After several hours, crews were able to clean up the leak, allowing operations to return to normal.
They had to cordon off the area, obviously, but as far as the treatment of the water and the amount of water being used by the public, there's no effect on that at all.
In Rock Island, Christy Mergenthal, WQAD Quad Cities, News 8.
Thank you, Christy. Investigators tonight still haven't given an official estimate on just how much of that chemical spilled out.
For a chemical spill coming from this tanker truck.